think we're alive. We are live. Good morning. Hello. Welcome, everyone, to Do More Life and a special edition of the Do More Life live stream because there's just a lot of news that I need to catch you guys up on. And I'm not sure that waiting until the weekend, there's going to be more news by the weekend. And there's a lot of stuff I need to talk about. Some of this is going to be some personal stuff. Some of it's going to be some personal observations, but most of it is going to come from news sources and other outlets. Unfortunately, this morning it seems that the Tigers news outlet is down, but I was able to pull up an article or two, and if nothing else, I can read you the headlines from that. What are we going to talk about today? Here's today's description. Hey, Jim, appreciate you sharing that on Facebook. Thank you very much, man. And as you come in, yes, definitely hit the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate all the likes. YouTube likes the likes, and therefore I like the likes. So, Thailand's tourism industry has serious problems. In this live stream, we will discuss what these problems are and why Thailand may not be the best destination for your next holiday. Both the expats who live in Thailand and tourists looking to travel to Thailand are being discouraged by the ever-changing timelines, constant delays with the jab rollout, and the seemingly never-ending emergency decree, which gives Thai government sweeping powers over the country's functions. Thailand has set big goals to lure tourists back to its beautiful paradise. However, the longer the Thai government keeps travel restrictions and quarantine measures in place, the more the tourism industry suffers. In addition, travelers are finding other countries to vacation to. In short, Thailand has to get its tourism industry up and running again before it's too late. I will provide the latest news and updates in this video. To be clear, I'm not criticizing the Thai government or its affiliated industries. This video is intended to educate the travel community on Thailand's tourism industry and the possibility of it reopening in the future. So that is what we are here to talk about today, and that is exactly what we're going to do. I actually want to go over to the Pattaya Mail if I can find their latest. I'm going to jump around here, guys, with some stories. And talk about things that most people probably don't want to hear. The first one is there has been, with no explanation, hey, Robert, with no explanation other than just a simple word saying that the AZ jab that was scheduled to arrive, it has now been postponed. So it was scheduled to arrive 10 weeks after the first batch. Now it's going to arrive 16 weeks after the first batch. Now, Thailand said, this was in a news article I read this morning, that would have no effect on the efficacy of the jab itself. We'll see. This is the part of the never-ending delays and stuff that come up. Now, for you, let me cover this real quick. For you expats here in Thailand, there is a place to register to get your jab, especially if you're in Bangkok. This was in Bangkok only that I know of, but I know there are other hospitals around here doing this. They actually have a Facebook post, and registrations are now closed. However, I did make a registration, but I never got a phone call back. So I don't know if that's because, once again, the jab supply has been limited. There's been another delay. I'm not sure, but this is from Vimut Hospital, VIMUT Hospital. There is It reads Vamut Hospital vaccination program for expats in Bangkok starting June 7th, 2021 onwards. Register now. Please make a booking with your passport number via the link below. It gives you the link. And I did that. I never got a text message back from them. So once again, just, who knows, right? Who knows? They pushed back the school openings until July 14th. Unfortunately, it looks like that's going to have an impact on my job significantly. And that is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate that they've decided to do that. Some of the schools are just not coming back yet. I'm not sure as to why. We've all talked about the rates and that kind of thing for children. I'm not going to get into that because YouTube doesn't like that. But I will tell you that June will have a significant impact on my life personally. And this is one reason that, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that everything's flowers and sunshine over here in Thailand. Right now, at the very moment, I am discouraged by these seemingly never-ending delays, the constantly changing timelines, and the job situation. You just don't know. Robert, thank you for putting up the PayPal link. I appreciate that. I will pin your message to the top for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, to help out the channel. We're always trying to grow, and I'm always trying to give you information. So that is the PayPal link. It will be pinned to the top. Jim has put my Cash Tag app, or my Cash App tag down there, should you wish to contribute. But that is at your discretion. I don't beg for money. We just happen to have a lot of really good people that do a lot of contributing into this channel that I'm very grateful for. Jeff W. said, I didn't think anyone could do worse than the Philippines till now. Well, you know what, Jeff, I hear you loud and clear. I keep up with the Philippines. I lived in the Philippines for 9 months. I'm not aware if you know that or not. I see the problems in the Philippines just equally, and actually I see the Philippines a little bit worse off, to be honest with you, in terms of the rollouts and what's needed. In the Philippines, it's constantly changing. The whole scheme is constantly changing. One thing I can say about Thailand, good morning, Travel TV, or good evening to you, I should say. Thanks for dropping by, bud. One thing I can say about Thailand, at least the scheme has stayed the same. The moving parts within the scheme is what keeps changing. Thailand's tourism industry is going to die if changes aren't made. I mean, I have no problem coming out and saying that. There's and many places agree with me. For example, the Tiger has an article that says tourism not expected to bounce back until 2026. And they quote that from the Thai government. I don't know if I can get that article to pull up. For some reason, their website's just not pulling up articles this morning. So I can't really pull it up and read it to you. But for whatever reason, they put that out. Maybe I didn't get an update or something. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can get this Tiger update, because I'd really like to read this to you. Not sure what's going on here. It's redirecting me to something else. So the Tiger's not going to work today, but that's okay. Jim says, sounds like you need it more now than ever. Guys who need our help, we're going to have to pull it together for our friend more now than ever, in my opinion. You know, anything's appreciated. Anything's appreciated. I'm not going to die one way or the other. I appreciate that, Jim, very much. And I know you have a way of doing things. And I love and appreciate you for it. But um, fact of the matter is, if I have to pack up and go back to America, or if I have to pack up and go to Vietnam or another country, um, you know, one way or the other, it'll all work out. Certainly, contributions would help, but that's not a requirement by any means. Um, Michael in Oregon, my fiance told me that the Philippines will open in November, but we will see. Yeah, we will see part is a very good point there. Jeff says, how much is Thailand dependent on foreign tourism? Is it huge or a decent percentage? Thailand itself gets about 20% of its GDP from tourism. Cities that depend on tourism, such as Pattaya, get 80% of their GDP from tourism. Right now, you have to look at the situation. They just reopened the restaurants and some other establishments in places like Pattaya that attract a lot of foreign tourists. However, there are still closing time curfews on those restaurants. There are social distancing measures in those restaurants. You know, there's so many restrictions that are still there, and this emergency decree that gives the government sweeping powers over everything. That's essentially what it does. It basically gives them the power to do whatever they want, to impose whatever law, mandate anything they want to. Started last April, and it was supposed to last a couple months, and they just extended it again until July 31st. It has not let up. It has not been that they've kept it going over and over and over and over. Jeff W says Philippines won't open in November, maybe November 22, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. At this point, I'm not certain that Thailand is going to open in 2021. For when I say open, this is what. Let me define open. I define open as tourism with no queue, right? In other words, you don't have to do a 7, 10, 14 day stay somewhere and have a whole bunch of tests run to see if you're safe to travel in the country. I just watched a video this morning from Benjamin Hart of Integrity Legal, who talked about now there is a talks of having a quarantine waiver. So, in other words, if you come from another country, you can prove that you've been jabbed and inoculated. There may be the possibility of you filling out a waiver and bypassing the queue altogether. Now, I don't like it. I agree with his stance 100% when it comes to the government getting involved and mandating things like that. That's a line that you have to walk on very, very carefully. For the people that are listening, please give a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate thumbs up, guys. YouTube loves thumbs up, and so do I. Michael says he agrees with Jeff. 30 and a wake up says, I've got a one-way ticket to Bangkok on July 15th. I've got the magic shot. We shall see. Yeah, if you're coming into Bangkok, I don't know. Bangkok's not going to be open. As of right now, with the news and information we have, Bangkok's not going to let you come in without a queue in July. There's just no way. Possibly the end of August, 1st of August, the end of August, maybe. I have heard some of that. But I have not heard anything. The plan, the scheme, the whole scheme is for Phuket to reopen. Okay, so as it stands right now, you're supposed to come to Phuket. You have to have a certificate of entry from whatever country you're coming from. Then you have to have papers proving that you're fully inoculated. Then you have to spend 7 to 10 days on the island and undergo at least one test. After that, you're permitted to travel throughout the country. That's called the sandbox model, or the model of the area. That plan is in place for Pattaya in October. I don't think Thailand. This is just my opinion, okay, guys. I don't think Thailand can wait that long. This rollout that they're having of jabs and the problems that they're having with getting them to the people. We keep hearing there's an app coming. This is coming. So we're going to have 70% inoculated by a certain time. The fact of the matter is, guys, while about, I think, 2% of the population at this particular time, maybe 3 by now, 3% of Thailand's population has been inoculated. They're trying to hit 70%. Now, Phuket's on a different roll. Phuket's on a roll to try to bring back tourism as fast as possible. And again, I will say, there is a serious problem with trying to bring tourists back to tourism places that have no tourism industry. What I mean by that is the tourism industry. Jason Lowe, thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that, Jason. Thank you so much. I appreciate the contribution very, 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 very much. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. Every little bit helps, and everything goes a long way, and that's 20 Australian dollars, and I appreciate that. That's quite a bit of money. So thank you, sir. Now, so when people come to Phuket, are there going to be businesses open for them to go to? Is the nightlife venues going to be open? Because they're not open anywhere now. Is the entertainment industry going to be open? Because they're not really open anywhere now. There are significant alcohol bans just about everywhere throughout the country. If you look at a province like Buriram has said that any resident of Buriram will get the jab, or they will get face up to, and let me make a correction. I said 5 years in prison. I was incorrect. It's 2 years in prison. And or a stiff fine. When you start setting precedents like that, people are not. I just don't think people are going to want to come. I just really don't. I think that they're going to find other countries to go to. So many people have told me they're going to Mexico, they're going to the Maldives, they're going to all these places that are open right now, and maybe they find their new vacation home. I don't want to see that happen to Thailand. I want Thailand to recover. I want Thailand to recover. I want to live here. I enjoy this country. I love this country. And listen, I'm not blaming the Thai government or any of its affiliate, the hospitals, any of that stuff, the supply chain stuff happens. I get it. I got a couple super chats here, and let me catch those. 30 and a wake up. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. I'm always here with updates, brother. Michael in Oregon, thank you, sir. I appreciate that very, very much. Jim says, Jeremy, we're family here. I know you will never ask for help. That's not you, but it is what it is. And if you need us, you need us. And I, for one, will be here for you. And I'm sure there's many more of us in here that will. I'm sure you guys will too, Jim. And I appreciate that very, very, very much. I appreciate that. Stick and Box says, hey, what's up? It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. And Jim says, just so you just keep us up to date what is going on with you, and we will make the decision of how to help. It's not a requirement, but that's what family does. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that, bro. That's a very good comment. 30 and a wake up says, yep, I'll queue. Okay, so you're going to queue. Finally got my elite visa. Good for you, man. Good for you. I heard they're going to retire that visa. at some point. That I read it somewhere. When I say I heard, I mean I read it somewhere. I'm not just like bouncing ideas off my head or whatever. But thank you for sharing that. So coming for a long stay, so the queue doesn't bother me. Just hoping it'll be 7 days. But brother, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be 14 days. However, I can tell you that I hope for your sake that it's only 7. I really do. I don't foresee you getting a 7-day queue. They right as of right now, if you enter Thailand, I'm not 100% sure on Phuket right now, but I think this even stands in Phuket. Anywhere in Thailand, if you come, even if you've had both jabs or the one jab one, and you're fully inoculated, you still have to queue for 14 days. Everybody. No, so that Thailand won't reopen and Thailand won't reap the benefits until of the tourism industry coming back, the businesses starting to open, the hotels, the restaurants, all of that stuff won't be beneficial to tourists until there is no queue, until you don't have to stay in a place for 7 to 10 days, until you don't have to stay in a place for 14 days. So my hope is that Thailand makes it happen. This delay with the AZ jab is just another. It's just another. It's just another downer for me. I live here and I work here, and the solution that everyone in Thailand, or the vast majority of people in Thailand have come to, is that once we get the jabs, everything will be fine. And I believe to a certain extent that's true. I believe they will. I believe people will be much more confident going back to work, starting a business. But there are people that have lost businesses that will never come back. They've lost everything. They're talking about stimulus packages here in Thailand, but I'm not a Thai, so I'm not going to get into that because I don't. To me, that's overstepping my bounds. This video to me is not overstepping my bounds. I'm simply giving you updates on what's going on. I'm not making a judgment one way or the other about how Thailand is handling the situation. I am simply giving factual based educational responses to what I see and what I hear. And I hope you guys understand that. Sticking Box says, I'm coming in August, and you may be able to get in August if things go the way they said they're going to go. Right now, Phuket has sworn that they were going to be open by July 1st. I just read a piece in one of the letters or one of the news sources that said it's, just to paraphrase, it's really going to be close. This AZ jab delay affects Phuket as well. So, we'll have to wait and see. Jeff W. says, how do people make a living with everything shut down? Do they go back to farming or what? Many of them go back to their villages, live with their families, and make a living that way. Many of them, work odd jobs here and there when they can. Factory work is still open. The hospitality and the hospitality, which includes like waitresses, hospitality, entertainment, nightlife, those people are considered informal workers, so they don't have any Social Security benefits. When I say waitresses, I don't mean all waitresses or waiters. There are certain companies that employ waitresses and waiters as informal employees, so they're there. They're not necessarily on the payroll. It's a little confusing. New York Frank, good evening to you, bud. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I love you, man. It's good to see you. Bob, hey Bob. He says that's what I was about to say, JC. Why come if there's nothing open, little to do? And that's it, Bob. You hit the nail on the head 100%. Why are people going to come if nothing's open and there's nothing to do? Right? So you're going to plug away at Phuket and open up Phuket. That's great. But what do you, like, are the businesses going to be open when people start coming in? Or are they just going to go? I mean, maybe some people want to come in and just sit on the beach. I don't know. Maybe that's what they want to do. And maybe by then, Phuket will reach its threshold of 70%. And the businesses will be allowed to reopen. And if that's the case, then you'll get nightlife and you'll get entertainment, you'll get hospitality, you'll get all that stuff back. People will have stuff to do and they will want to come back. And that's great. That's what we're looking for. You know, that this video is informational, but at the same time, I want to be clear. I'm telling you my experience of being here for 3 years, what I've seen, and what I know from these news sources. I'm going to read you much more stuff. This is a big update video. Today's a holiday in Thailand. So this is pretty big. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button yet, please do so. I greatly appreciate it. Jim says, guys, just so you know, Super Chat holds 30%, PayPal holds 3%, and Cash App no charge. Super Chat don't come in his channel for 30 days. Yeah, Super Chats don't come in for a month, but it's no big deal. No big deal, guys. PayPal link's at the top if you want to use that. Jim will put the Cash App tag back up at some point, I'm sure, if you want to use that and let the money roll in, because June is going to be, you know, I'm going to be affected in June. I may be affected this month. I'm not 100% sure that I'll get. Well, I don't want to go into that. I'm not 100% sure of anything, to be honest with you, when it comes to my employment right now. Jason says, I know, but I don't have PayPal. No worries, Jason. No worries. No worries, brother. No worries. Appreciate the super chat, dude. No worries. And Jim says, all is appreciated by JC. That is 100% correct. Actually, that is 1,000% correct. So it doesn't matter how the contributions come in. I love you guys, and I appreciate you for it tremendously. Sticking Box says, are you based in Bangkok or Pattaya? Bangkok. I'm in Bangkok. The plan was to relocate to Pattaya, but that's not going to happen for a while now. Let's see. Jim says, everyone, if you can PayPal, that's great. It's available to the channel immediately. Cash App as well. That's true. And I appreciate you making that clear. Jim 30 and a Wake Up says, this is a tad selfish, but I'm kind of excited to explore some of the islands without a lot of tourists. That's not selfish. Well, maybe it's a little selfish, but that's what I did last year in, I think, November. I went to Krabi, and there was nobody there. I had pretty much everything to myself. I stayed at a nice resort for a big discount. Had a great time. You can go, I have a playlist called Krabi, and you can go check it out. You can look at my videos there, see what I saw in Krabi. Went to a bunch of places, some waterfalls, some parks, I took an island trip. I went to Hong Island. I went to the famous beach down there. I forgot the name of it right off the top of my head. I went past Chicken Island. I went to a couple other places. Go check out that playlist sometimes. Todd, you removed a message. 30 and a Wake Up says, I hope things come back quick, but I'm also excited to see the places with less people. I don't blame you at all. Don't blame you at all. Yes, I agree, Todd. I'm not going to display that message because even though I'm saying it on here when I'm reading my description, I try not to use it during the whole talk because we don't want you to get in trouble with YouTube. So if you abbreviate the V word or the Q word, that would be much appreciated, and that way we stay out of trouble with YouTube. It's their platform, their rules. I don't make them, but I have to follow them. Unfortunately, Mark says, "Hey Jeremy, this is a surprise broadcast." Yes, it is. It definitely is. But it's also a holiday, and there's a lot of news I need to catch you guys up on. Todd says Thailand should not allow the Philippines to beat them to reopening. That will be a $1 billion loss right there. I would imagine so. There's TT. What's up, man? Jeremy, I got to talking to Jim, and I'm glad I can contribute. Yes, I'm glad you contribute as well. I want to thank you very, very, very much for your contribution, TT. Thank you. I really, really genuinely appreciate it. And that was a large contribution, and I appreciate that coming in. That will certainly help, especially with the problems that I foresee coming up in the future. I'm talking about my personal issues here, not necessarily with travel. I would still love to be able to travel on the weekends, guys, and get you guys some travel content right now, take you to some places that are closed down. But the fact of the matter is, it's just not worth it right now. Number one, it's dangerous. There are no jabs available for foreigners right now. Some people are anti-jab. That's fine. That's your decision. I don't have anything against you. I am not one of those people. I believe in getting it. I believe in science. That's just me. But I won't push that opinion on anybody. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they want. Thank you very much, TT. Again, I would like to say thank you, and that's very much appreciated. William, will Thailand be open by June? Thailand as a whole, I seriously. In fact, I can tell you no. It's not going to happen by June. There's no way. Thailand as a whole will not open up by June. Not without you can come, but you have to be fully. I don't know if you have to be fully inoculated, but I know that you're going to have to do a 14-day queue when you come. You're going to have to stay somewhere for 14 days, undergo testing. You're going to have to get a certificate of entry, that kind of thing. That I can tell for sure. Jim's had a long day. I understand, Jim. Todd says, thank you, Jim Pell. Phuket should open to jabbed tourists, no queue ASAP. Phuket is the sandbox model for Thailand. It will be a success. I agree. I agree it will be a success. You got to abbreviate the B word there or use jab, please. Todd, sorry to do that to your comment again. Again, this is a YouTube platform. I'm just using it. Greg says, go over, get a smoking deal on a long-term lease, come back home and wait. I thought that's a really, really interesting proposition. I thought about that, but I also because I have a few health issues, I have to take that into consideration as well. I don't know that I could go back home, and because of the way the healthcare system is, the way it got just dismantled through the administration before last, it's a joke, and it's expensive, very expensive, and I don't know that I would be doing myself any favors by going back. I'm not trying to get political. I'm just saying the healthcare system is very expensive right now, and then you need to fix it in America. I'm talking about. You got a point though, Greg. I'm still thinking about it. I'm talking to my family about it. Maybe I go home, regroup. There are certain situations in which that may happen, but I don't want to get into those right now. William says Philippines wants to do green lane. What's Thailand's plan? The sandbox model is Thailand's plan. They want you to do one area at a time to come back in. Jason Lowe, I'm currently trying to get my partner the MJab from private hospital, allegedly available mid next month for 3,000 baht. We'll keep y'all informed of progress. Please do, because I read that day before yesterday, I think 3,000 baht, that specific jab will be available from private hospitals, but I don't know that it'll be available for foreigners. So if you're an expat foreigner living here, you know, what are you going to do, right? There's my cash tag app for contributions. Jim's put up. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Hood Famous. Hey, Jeremy, glad you're doing okay. This thing totally changed lives, and I took travel for granted. It's something we miss. Absolutely. I can see that 100%. If you guys don't mind, please hit the thumbs up button if you hadn't already. I would greatly appreciate that. Travel is something that we miss. I miss the domestic travel here in Thailand. I miss traveling around Thailand. I can only imagine what it's like to be an international tourist and be stuck somewhere. That's just like, yeah, I would hate that. Sticking Box says, do you accept crypto donations? If not, why? 100% goes to you. At this time, I do not accept crypto donate contributions because I don't have a crypto wallet or a like the address needed. I'm brand new to crypto, so I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't accept those, unfortunately. Right now, cash is still king for me. Sticking Box, but thank you for asking. Crypto is something I'm following closely, and I'm trying to learn. Maybe I'll be successful with it. Maybe I won't. But that's crypto was part of my 10-year plan when I turned 40 earlier this year. Todd says Krabi is the ultimate. That place is my dream place to go. Women love it. Yes, I agree. Krabi is awesome. It is amazing. It's outstanding. It's beautiful. There are islands off of Krabi. That's where PP is. James Bond Island's in that area. Raleigh Beach is the beach I was talking about earlier. That's just right across from Onang Beach in the Krabi town, not Krabi City, but Krabi town near Onang Beach. It's beautiful. Hood Famous says, I just got to stay single and not have a lot of babies for now, and hopefully soon we'll be back. That sounds like a good plan, man. Jim says, hey, Jason, trust me, he appreciates the super chats as much as anything. I was just letting you know where your money goes, my friend. Nothing wrong with that, Jim. Charles said, I'm super easy to be entertained. I was in Bangkok in April. Things were starting to shut down. In the last weeks, no more dining, but I just walked everywhere and ate street food, snacks everywhere. Yeah, if you're coming here to explore, come here to explore, man. Come here to explore and enjoy Bangkok. Enjoy wherever you decide to go to Thailand. Just know that, the Thailand is looking, my whole point is Thailand's looking for mass tourism to come back. They've lost so much money from tourism. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. They've lost so much money from the lack of tourism. So many businesses have closed down. So many people are out of work because tourists not being here shuts down all the tourism travel packages. Those businesses that run those, it shuts down in the areas like Pattaya, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Krabi, Koh Chang, and other places, right? Bangkok, it shuts down most of the traffic from for restaurants and hotels as well. So hotels and restaurants start losing a lot of revenue. I mean, eventually they go out of business. Some companies have pledged, some hotels have pledged to close down for 90 days. some of that is to let their workers draw their Social Security benefits. Others have said that they may not reopen until October when high season starts. It's it's not a good feeling right now. And yeah, being entertained, Charles, is 100%. I agree with you. It's up to the person. What is your definition of entertainment? So the nightlife and fine dining and all that stuff doesn't have to be open if you're entertained by just going out taking pictures of the city or the country or landscapes or waterfalls or whatever the case may be, or just looking at new things. I 100% hear you. Jason Lowe says, I do 30 next time, then so he gets 20. I do 30 next time, so he gets 20. 30 next time, so he gets 20. Oh, you're talking about Super Chat. Gotcha, Jason. Gotcha. Appreciate you, brother. 30 in the Wake Up says, I mentioned I got the magic shot on a random live a couple of months ago, and I still get crap about it every day in the comments. Dude, just do you. You know what I'm saying? Do you. Don't worry about what other people think. TT says, hey, no problem. However, instead of the chicken dance, you need to do the funky monkey wearing only a pair of diapers. The diapers, the Jim's idea. Just kidding. We might do a funky monkey dance this weekend if we raise some serious contributions, maybe. Hood Famous says it takes a lot of self-will to leave something you love. It's not just it's just not our year for travel. Everything more dangerous also. Yeah, you said it, Hood. Richard Cypress, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying the content. I'm about to get into some news here in a second, but I wanted to catch up with all these comments first. Jim says 45 watching, 26 thumbs up and 2 down. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Yes, thumbs up are awesome. Asia Unscripted, welcome. I hope you are doing well, my friend. And it looks more and more like I'm going to be talking to you much sooner than I had planned. Someone just became a channel member. That would be Solo Road. Thank you for joining the DoMoreLife family. You will not be disappointed. Welcome to all the extra additional content that is in the member section. You can find that under the community tab on the homepage. Welcome to the DoMoreLife membership family, Solo Road. I'm very happy that you decided to join. Very happy. Membership is also an option, guys. It's a great way to help support the channel. It's only $2.99 a month, and there's a build up now of quite a bit of content. Excuse me. And we have another super chat. That super chat is from JX. Thank you very much, Jay. It's crazy how China's completely open, having concerts and festivals. It is. I don't know how they did that, but they did it. They did it. I have my own opinions on that, but this is not the setting for that. Hopefully, once I get my own place set up, when I say that, I mean my own place on the internet set up where I can give my opinion and it not be censored or anything like that. I can talk to you guys in more depth about that. I can do a little bit more of that on the members live streams that we have. So if you're interested in hearing all that stuff, you can definitely hear it on the members only live streams we have once a month. This month we're going to have 2. Let's see here. Tim, what's up, Tim? Good to see you, bud. Jason Lowe says, have fun, everyone. 12:40 p.m. Wednesday over here. Time to head off to work later. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, man. And have a good day at work. Jim says, 10W in the house. He is. Solo Road. Sounds like Thailand is back to being a third world nation. It's not yet. I still call Thailand a developing nation. The infrastructure over here is about a decade ahead of the Philippines. So I wouldn't really call it a third world nation. You can call it whatever you want to, but me personally, I wouldn't call it a third world nation. It's just they have a lot of third world problems right now, is what it amounts to. Um, and for whatever reason, it is what it is. It's disappointing for sure. But we live and learn. Roger McGee is late to the party again. I hate that. It's all good, Roger. We love you, man, and we appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Hood Famous says, I want to be in Pattaya when everything opens up. It will be a glorious time to be there. Yes, it will. It will definitely be a glorious time to be there. Look for that to happen sometime around October. Unless some kind of miracle happens and Thailand gets the structure in place to get these jabs out to people, because the structure and that seems to be, to me, that seems to be what's really missing. So maybe oh, we had a PayPal come in. Sorry, guys. Oh, Richard Cipher sent $10. Well, you use your name anyway. $10. Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you very much for sending that in to PayPal. I didn't have my dinger on. I still had it on vibrate. That's why I didn't hear it. Thank you, Richard. Much appreciated, man. Every little bit goes a long way. As I said, in June, because schools are still closed for the most part, I don't know what's going to happen with me job-wise. I have no idea. So every contribution certainly helps. Philthos, howdy. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Jim says, hey, guys, here's my challenge to you guys tonight. I know normally I throw a challenge out, so here it is. Can as many of us as possible please do what you can, send PayPal or Cash App, whatever you can. Jim says, and listen, it don't have to be $20 contribution. If you can send $5, that adds up at the end of the night. Let's help Jeremy if we can beat my best challenge to you tonight. Thank you, Jim. And a lot of people are taking you up on the challenge. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, Jim. Solo Road says, I don't care about the go-go's and the bar girls. I just want to walk on the beach and eat mama noodles. I hear you, buddy. There's nothing wrong with walking on the beach and eating mama noodles. So if you're that type of traveler, then most of this stuff doesn't apply to you. In terms of worrying about when it's going to reopen, the only thing that you would be concerned about would be the queue coming in. How long are you going to have to stay pent up, at a certain area? Is it going to be 7 days? Is it going to be 10 days, 14 days, or 0 days? You just don't know. And if that's what makes you happy, bro, come on to Thailand. You can do it now. Roger says, hang in there, JC. They will get this under control. We got your back. I know you do, Roger. I know you do, and I really appreciate that very, very much. This whole DoMoreLife family thing really has my back and does a lot does a ton for me, actually. We have another super chat from Corey Smith, 1999. Corey, thank you very much. Corey did not leave a comment, but I would just like to say thank you tremendously for the super chat. I really, really, really appreciate it. He says, have a pad thai on me, boss. I'll do that for sure. Hey, Lyle, good to see you, man. Thank you again, Corey, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Solo Road says, whoop, whoop. Charles White, yeah, it's a rough state in Bangkok to keep from tripping any flags. People were getting spooked, wanted to travel outside of Bangkok, but just not in the cards. I still had a blast. I know you did, and I wish I would have had time to meet up with you while you were over here, but maybe next time for sure. Solo Road says, long time viewer. Good. Very good. I haven't seen you before in a live chat, or if I have, maybe you changed your name, but I am more than happy that you are a long time viewer and now channel member. So thank you very much. Very, very much. I really, really appreciate that. One second, guys. Let me type this back to my friend who just messaged me. Let's see. We have a message held for review here. All this talk about dancing. Am I the only one with a pair of? Phil throws, I'm gonna hide that one, buddy. That's funny. You probably are. Well, actually, I'm sure you're not, by the way. Jim says, and that's another challenge. Everyone in here that's watching, go become a channel member. That helps out as well. It does. And you're going to get additional content for that for sure. Tim says, America is starting to get concerts back. Well, America, in terms of the jabs and everything, has had a good rollout. The previous administrations had it set up so that there was no, this administration that's currently there now just had to walk in and execute. So America should be getting back to normal, and I hear that it is. That's a great thing. That's a very great thing. And good on this administration for continuing the rollout as they should. Hood Famous says, crazy, but not for YouTube talk. LOL, I believe you, man. Let's see here. Yeah, Solo Road. So I'm looking at your message that Jim hid. He did the right thing by hiding it because we really can't talk about that on here on YouTube just because it's YouTube. But I share some of those doubts for sure. A Sticking Box says, do you have a Telegram group or Discord? I have a Facebook group. I do have a Facebook group. So if you'd like to look me up on Facebook, Sticking Box. It's just Jeremy Clodfelter. Look me up on Facebook, send me a friend request, and I'm thinking about setting up a Telegram group pretty soon, but I want to do that for some other projects that I've lined up. There's definitely going to be another channel coming soon. Definitely. I don't know how soon is, but as I get the time, I'm going to have another channel, and I already have plans for a third channel as well. So lots of projects going on right now. I would the Telegram group or Discord. I'll probably be setting up a Telegram group at some point. Sticking Box, probably. But you can look me up on Facebook, send me a friend request, tell me you're Stick in the Box, and I will invite you to the Facebook group. Facebook group gets a lot of messages too, and also stays up to date with content. Jim says solo V, not the whole word, is what he meant to say. Hood Famous says, I still haven't got my money back from Chinese airlines since their flights banned in the U.S. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really am. That's just another, it's just another problem that's associated with everything that's going on. TT says, Jeremy, would it be fair to say that the country with the big C is a problem? I think there are problems here. I won't say the country itself's a problem. There are problems here, though, for sure. We had a $5 super chat from Solo Road. He says, is it possible to live like a local in Pattaya? Is there a culture outside of the tourist scene? Absolutely, 100%, no questions asked. There is a culture outside of the nightlife entertainment scene, 100%. A lot of the people live on what they call the dark side of Pattaya. And, there's a whole culture to be had there. There's tons of groups of people that have meetups all the time. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So yes, to answer your question, Solo Road, 100% yes. Let's see here. JX says if Thailand is third world, Philippines is Stone Age at this point. That's a fair point. Oh, Roger McGee, love you, brother. Thank you so much for the PayPal. I really appreciate that. That will go a long way. Roger sent $20, and I will show you his contribution right now. And this comes instantly when it comes through PayPal or the Cash App. Roger McGee, much love to you, my man. Thank you so much. And I know you guys got my back, and that's one thing I love about this family and this whole DoMoreLife trend we're going to be starting. By the way, my Teespring store is open, and Robert put the merchandise link up earlier. Maybe he can do that again. You guys go over there and check out some stuff, see if you like it. There's some digital products coming up I'm going to launch, and I'm also going to do a revamp of the clothing, and we are finally going to get some hats over there. So I know people have been wanting some DoMoreLife hats, and it's time to get this brand out there. It's time to get the word out there that, screw what other people think about you. What other people think about you is none of their business. The only thing that matters in life is your happiness. And that's selfish, but at the same time, you can be happy with a partner. You can be happy with the crowd that surrounds you. But ultimately, your happiness is up to you. And when you're happy, you will do more life. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. I'm living proof of it. Jack says, oh, I read that. Jim says, Roger McGee, that's exactly what I was saying. I know Jeremy would not ask for help, but as a family, we have his back. Yeah, you're right, Jim. You're right on both of those occasions. Corey, thank you again for that super chat. Matt Tech, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I appreciate you being in the house. Corey said, have a bad time on me. I got you, brother. I definitely will. And there is Mr. Lyle. Bill says, are you still in Thailand? I am. What's the advantage over the U.S.? Mostly cost. Cost of living is about, depending on where you live in the U.S., it can be a third to a half, sometimes to a quarter of what it costs to live in the U.S. But you also make, if you're working over here, you're going to make a third of what you were making in the U.S. So it all kind of balances itself out unless you have American income. Like, thankfully, I have this channel, which produces some additional income for me, and I'm super, super stoked about that. Very, very happy that happens. I use the AdSense revenue for life, and then I use contributions for travel and bringing you guys content, upgrading equipment, those kind of things. So I try to be very wise with the money, and certainly if you look at the channel and want to check out my integrity, you'll see the streams where I've made purchases with the contributions that have been made, and all of those things. So I'm very fortunate to have you guys. Very, very fortunate to have you guys. Hood Famous says, Jeremy, good man. Learned a lot about Philippines from him. Very wise man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Bill says, come back home. I might. There's a lot of reasons for me to go back home. But at this point, I'm going to do my best to stick it out. Because I have plans over here, and I want those plans to come to fruition. However, things will work themselves out one way or another. Solar Road, thank you again for that latest super chat. Michael in Oregon says, what is a Telegram group? Telegram is an app that all of you should download. It's secured. It's better than it's more secure than, look, Facebook owns WhatsApp. Okay. We all know the trouble around privacy issues with Facebook, Google, and other things in terms of sharing your information. Telegram is the latest version of a WhatsApp or Line that is encrypted, and it seems to work really well so far because I am in a few Telegram groups, and people post a lot of stuff in there that could get them in probably some trouble. Not me, but I'm just saying it could get them in some trouble. And I read it and I see the things that they post, and it makes me nervous. about what they do, but it has to be secure or they wouldn't do that. Good question, Michael, by the way. Lyle says, please set up a Telegram group. That way Jim and I can call each other losers daily. All right. I will set up a Telegram group, guys. Solar Rose says, thank you. No problem. Richard Cyphers has just become a member. Thank you so much, sir. I am so glad you decided to become a channel member and enjoy all the content. The content is under the community tab. Just go to the homepage or go to the homepage, go to the community tab, and you should be able to find all access to all the members. I only have one tier, so there's no, you have access to everything in the member section. I hope you find a lot of value in it, or a lot of entertainment and a lot of value in it, Richard. So thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Really looking forward to the member section growing. Let's see here. Let me go back now. Where was I? Jim says 52 watching, 38 thumbs up, 3 down. Yo, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, and share this on your social media. Make sure to share a video this week too. We need to help the channel as much as possible. I agree, Jim. Pick your favorite DoMoreLife video and share it on your social media to people that you think will help. Filther says, is it true there are better restaurants on the dark side? I have been to some awesome restaurants on the dark side of Pattaya. I really have. There are some amazing, if you like English food, like British food, there's some amazing restaurants over there for sure. John S says, hello, JC. Can't believe I've been able to get 2 live chats the last couple of days. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them, John. I'm glad. And I'm definitely glad that you're here. Hood Famous says, I love my Panay ladies, but it's so much better just to visit Thailand. I can agree with that. Matt Tech says, to whomever messaged about a flight refund issue, sued through small claims. China Eastern Airlines immediately folded when I sued. It cost these big companies more to fight than pay. Hey, there's some advice, Matt Tech. Fair enough. Hood Famous says, cool at Met. I will get on it. Jim says, Met Tech, what's up, buddy? Jeff W. at Hood Famous. What do you like better in Thailand versus the Philippines? That's a good question. I'll let him answer. Corey says, hey, I've been out of pocket for a while. Give me an update on the situation there, man. The update is there's a very, very slow rollout of jabs, which is causing a major problem throughout Thailand. The cases seem, the daily caseload seems to be between the mid 2000s and the mid 3000s. They've had problems with the prisons over here. They've had clusters in there. They're releasing a large number of the inmates to help control that quarter of it. The main problem is right now, and that's a very good question, Corey. The main problem right now is you can't get into Thailand without a queue, without some kind of stay. You're going to have to stay somewhere 14 days as of right now. Until Thailand reaches whatever goal it sets for itself. And it looks like Phuket is going to be the model for this place. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. But it looks like that Phuket is going to be the first sandbox model for this trial, where if you are fully inoculated, you can come in. You have to stay on the island for 7 to 10 days. That is the current structure of the plan. It may change. In fact, it probably will change. Everything seems to change here, which is part of life. Change is part of life. So I'm not being disrespectful in any way to Thailand. Love Thailand. Love the government of Thailand. Have no problem with anything in Thailand. It's just the slow rollout is causing the businesses to stay shut down. Many hotels have closed up, some of them permanently. Restaurants are not open in certain places. the restaurants that are open in other places are under curfews. Some of the restaurants are carry out only. Some of them are dine in only, but they're or not dine in only, but you can dine in the restaurants. But there's massive social distancing in there. There can only be certain people, a number of people in there at a time. These are the problems that we're facing right now. And there are many more, Corey. If you join the live stream late, go back to the very beginning of the live stream or catch the replay, and I talk more about what's really going on. Thailand is actually, and I got this information from the Tiger, that they're not looking at a full recovery until 2021. So their app right now is not working, and I don't know why it's not working, but it's not working. So I mean, they're not looking for a full recovery. I'm sorry, until 2026 is what they said the numbers would be. I'll reiterate again, about 20% of Thailand's GDP comes from tourism. About 20% of cities like Pattaya, Phuket, about 80% of the GDP from cities like Pattaya and some other touristy cities like that, where tourists seem to land, that 80% of their GDP comes from tourism. So they're really suffering right now. Oasis says prices are going up in the U.S. Is Thailand having inflation too? I worry about future exchange rates. I worry about future exchange rates as well, which is one of the reasons that I got into crypto a little bit, started learning about it to try to avoid some of the inflation. I don't know if it'll work or not, but right now the rates are staying. I can tell you what the rates are. The prices in the U.S. are going up significantly. I've been watching the news over there, and they are inflation is definitely happening in the U.S. Let me tell you real quick what the rate is for today. So right now, $1 US is 31.3 Thai baht. That's actually a pretty good rate. That's a fair. That's a better rate than what it's been the vast majority of the time that I've been here. So as of right now, if you want to move money to Thailand, if you have a Thai bank, it would be a good time to do so, in my opinion. That's not financial advice. I'm just saying that would be a pretty good time. Charles says, advantage over the U.S., peacefulness, even in the heart of the city, great people and food. I agree. There's not a big liberal movement over here like there is in the U.S. right now, which not to each their own. I'm not making judgments here, but that does cause the division in the U.S. By both sides, right? It has caused a lot of problems and a lot of unnecessary. Well, I won't say unnecessary. I'll just say it's caused a lot of unhappy people. It caused a lot of people to be on edge a lot, that kind of thing. And over here, you don't really get that as much. So yes, Charles, you have a very, very good point. Hood Famous says, love both, and the people, it's what I love. I just feel Thailand has more structure for a first time. Yep. He's talking about the Philippines and Thailand. I agree with you, Hood Famous. I agree. Jim says, JC, things are going to work out one way or another. I personally think you would be unhappy if you came back because I know how much you want to make it work in Southeast Asia. Yes, you do, Jim. And you're right. I think I would be unhappy if I came back ultimately, which is why I have no plans to do so right now. Hood Famous says Philippines for more experience, I feel. But I love the Philippines. Feels like the Dominican Republic on safety. I hear you, bud. I went to the Philippines. I didn't know any better. I went to the Philippines first. I'm glad I went to the Philippines first because it made me appreciate Thailand that much more. I spent 9 months in the Philippines, and then I've since spent over 3 years here in Thailand. Michael in Oregon says, welcome, Richard. Yep, he's welcoming you to the members group. Jim says, John, become a member and enjoy the channel even more. That's true. Robert, there's the link I was talking about. I'm way behind the comments for merchandise over at the Teespring store. You can get, I have a lot of designs over there, and if you're looking for pretty much anything, you can get it in the store. You just have to navigate your way around the store. I have to do a little bit better job setting that up. Lyle says, how about that members only video this week? Yeah, did you like that? I hope you did. It took me a long time to put that together, so I certainly hope you did. John S. says, how do I become a member, Jim? John, all you have to do is below this video, there's a little button that says join. Click join. It'll tell you what the perks are of becoming a member, and then it'll give you the option to join up. That's it. Roger McGee says, uppercut to the gut. Way to go, MedTech. Yeah. Definitely. I agree, Roger. 100%. I agree. Ross says, just waking up, didn't know there was a new Wednesday morning stream. There's not. This is a holiday, so I just thought I would come on, pop in, and talk a little bit. Glad to see you in here, Ross. Appreciate you being here, bud. Jim says, after the live chat, please come over to, yes, Jim has a website, and I still intend to do a video on this. He and I are going to talk about it at some point this week. helpingothersrightnow.com. Okay, so now breaking news. Jim, let me finish about Jim. Jim does. He says we're on a membership drive, 100 members in 100 days. We're helping a lot of people. Jim does a great job over in the Tampa area of Florida. He really helps people, like genuinely helps people, homeless people, people in need. And he has a great program going over there. I encourage you guys to check his website out after the live stream here. Go over there and look and see what he's doing. It's really, it's phenomenal what he's put together. So update on the AZ jabs. Now the health minister insists those jabs will be delivered on time. The required doses of the AZ jab will be ready for the government's June 7th rollout. So says Public Health Minister Mr. Annuton. In response to concerns over supply issues, a number of hospitals have already suspended use of the jab due to low or no supply. That may be why the registration is closed on the hospital for expat, or the expat registration was closed that I showed you guys earlier with the hospital here in Bangkok. This is breaking. This just came out. So the first part of the video I was talking about, it seemed that the AZ jab was going to be delayed. It says, according to Bangkok Post report, Mr. Annuton met with representatives from AZ yesterday and says he has received updated information following what he describes as positive talks. He says AZ will deliver doses of their jab every month, but has not given an exact date for when the first batch might arrive. Okay, so there could still be a little delay there. This is a paraphrase quote. He said, what we can say right now is that the company will be able to send its jabs continuously every month. The amount will be based on discussions between the company and the Department of Disease Control. We can't say the exact date we will get our first delivery from the company, but we are confident that it will be ready by June 7th. Okay, so that's the original date. That's good. And then it goes on the list about how many they've given, the company doing rigorous checks on it, that kind of thing. They're waiting on some final reviews. Let's see, we expect to have more information this week to update the government of Thailand on a delivery schedule immediately afterwards, ensuring the fastest high quality production of the jab is our single most critical focus. So, for those of you that don't know, they're going to be manufacturing it here in Thailand. I think through Siam, I believe. And the Tiger has acknowledged that they have a outage this morning, but the stuff is coming back in. Let me see if I can read you this article now that talks about, yes, okay, so tourism not expected to bounce back until 2026, Thai government. This is from the Tiger. It says, grim news for tourist-dependent areas such as Phuket, as the government has cautioned it could be another half-decade before the tourist industry is fully revitalized. 2 years ago, prior to the stuff that's going on right now, tourism comprised around 21% of Thailand's GDP, taking in 1.8 trillion baht in revenue. However, the National Economic and Social Development Council predicts Thailand won't see similar numbers for 5 more years, a jump of 3 years from what experts predicted it would take the tourist sector to recover. In between now and 2026, it is expected that 7 million workers will continue to be affected. Again, this is a byproduct of it taking so long to get everything in place and structured and out to people. This news comes in the midst of Thailand. Going back and forth between decisions to ease restrictions, reopening, and prolonging the LD and restrictions, a precarious situation since Thailand closed its borders to most of the world from back in late March 2020. As the country continues to battle the worst wave yet, Phuket locals remain optimistic that it can still reopen in July, followed by other sandbox projects, and see some of the travelers return to the island. And then they have a video on this. So I'm glad that the Tiger fixed their outage there. That's a really good thing. That they now have, also in the news, they now have a breath test for the illness in Singapore. You can you just like blowing into a breath meter. You can look at that. Let me see if I can find that for you real quick. I don't remember if that was on the Tiger or not. Let's see here. Yep, here we go. Let's see if it'll pull up. And if it does, yep. All right, so this was the original article that had the AZ vaccine delayed. But that seems to be no longer the case. So the National University of Singapore says that a breath test for the illness can be done, and it will give you a result within 1 minute. Has been approved for use in the city-state. 2 trains collided in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, leaving more. I got some more breaking news here for you guys. Just came in. Leaving more than 200 people injured in heavy rain due to heavy rains forecast in southern Thailand from today for the rest of the week. So they now have a breath test. I saw a picture of it. It just fits over your face and you breathe into it. Breaking news right now. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it to pull up. Come on, man. Let me close the Tiger app and then try to reopen it, because that was directly. Well, it was about not being able to reopen Phuket on time is what it was about. So we'll give it a minute and see if we can get the Tiger reopened in just a second. They've had some problems this morning. In the meantime, I'll go back to comments right now. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And check out Jim's website right here, helpingothersrightnow.com. After the live stream, he deserves it, and he's doing a good thing. Now, MedTech says, seeking line advice. I bought a new phone because my old phone insufficient internal storage. I downloaded Line again, selected to reset my password, entered email, and no reset email received. I don't know why that would be, MedTech. I do not have an answer for that. I'm not sure. That's interesting. You should have been able to just sign right in with the if you have two-factor authorization or the email recovery. As long as your email hadn't changed, shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Maybe you want to try it again. Jim says, but for now, go to PayPal or Cash App and help to DoMoreLife channel. Our friend is going to need all the help he can get the next few weeks. That is true. That is true because there is definitely uncertainty around. June will definitely affect me, my life, because of the school's not opening. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I doubt very seriously that we'll get paid for all the time. It is what it is. And you guys have already done a great job today, and I really, really appreciate that. Any contributions are always just from super gratitude that I have, and I appreciate that very much. Hut Famous says, Ross, glad to see you doing okay, you OG. Ross says, MedTech, if you have access to your old phone, you can back up account to Google. Then with the new phone, there's an option to restore account to new phone. Fair enough. Let's see here. Filtho says, I'm a fan of making them earn that tourism GDP back to clean things up. To clean up things like dual pricing, especially in healthcare, the list of famous scams, etc., and drop all those. That's funny. The last part's funny. Crazy. Solar Road says, do you have to keep an address in the U.S. for visa passport purposes? I have a permanent address in the U.S. There are different ways to keep a permanent address. You can actually do that through the post office now. But I have an actual physical address in the U.S. that I keep. But if you don't have one, you can set one. You can set like a virtual address up through the post office. I can't really explain how that works because I hadn't been through the system. I just know that it's possible. I hope that answers your question, Solar Road. There is Mr. Yuli Lang. Greetings, buddy. Mayo Butang. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Jim says, everybody, let's make Jeremy feel warm and fuzzy. Go get the thumbs up by me. Share this live stream and a video this week and go right now and become a member. Let's have a membership drive tonight. There you go. I like membership drives. Pete. Hey, Pete. Thailand should open its border to... Okay, so 2,455 new cases today with 41 people who are no longer with us. And I noticed that number of people that are no longer with us continues to just slightly rise, a little bit each day. You have a drop off a day here, a day there, but it continues to go up a little bit. And I'm wondering why that is. Very curious. Pete says Thailand should open its borders to V travelers ASAP. The economy needs a big boost. I agree with that. A lot of Thais are suffering and moral getting affected. Could not agree more. There's some really bad things happening to Thai people here because of the morale and the sadness, the depression that is starting to set in here is palpable. It's almost tangible. You can feel it in the air, especially when you're around people. And that's a good point, Pete. Very good point. MedTech says, Ross, my phone number is already transferred to a new phone. I don't think the old phone is capable of online connection now. Might be if you can do it through Wi-Fi, maybe. Let's see here. MedTech says, agreed, fill those. Roger says, oops, MedTech, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Oh, he deleted the message. Let me see. Oh, he just says, thank you, Mr. McGee. Okay. No problem, Roger. No problem. Everybody hits the wrong button every once in a while. That happens. Charles says, Tiger says they may miss the June target of obtaining 10 million doses due to supply issue. Is that what it says? Because I was going to read that article. Let me try to pull it back up and see if I can find it again. I don't know why it won't come up. The app won't come up, and I can't look at it on the computer right now. So that's what it's saying. Okay, that was the breaking news that came in while we were talking. That they may miss. Let's see. They may miss. Tiger says they may miss the June target of obtaining 10 million doses due to supply issue. Yep. And that's what I was talking about earlier when I did the description of the video. And I said that these never-ending timeline changes, the never-ending delays, shortages, once those are hashed out, like once the Thai government gets those figured out and gets a good structure in place and has a system rolling with a supply. There's a lot of moving parts to this thing, guys. That's why I don't blame the Thai government for anything. Not at all. Because there's so many moving parts to it that they all have to work correctly. Think of it like what Elon Musk is doing with SpaceX, right? Or go back to Apollo, the Apollo missions when they landed on the moon. How many trips did they go and practice before that? What did they have? They had the Mercury program first just to get a man in space. Then they had the Gemini program to prove that you could dock in space and spacewalk. Then they had the Apollo program, which actually took people to the moon, but they went around the moon a couple times before they actually set foot on it. So the same thing applies. I know I hope you get the analogy, but the same thing applies to what's going on here in Thailand. That it's a trial and error process right now. The country that has never dealt with it before, you can't expect them to be right all the time. And I don't expect them to be right either. As a person who lives here, it does become the morale goes down, and I see the morale going down with the Thai people as well. About getting the jabs out, getting the tourism industry open. Without the foreigners here, there's a lot less people to buy stuff. And let's be frank, people from Western countries tend to have more income than people in Thailand. The vast majority of tourism that comes in, they spend more money. Chinese come here too, and they spend money, but the Western world does spend quite a bit, and that's what really drives tourism. Thank you, Charles, for that update. I appreciate that very much. Robert says, Roger McGee, are you in the middle of another one? I have no idea what that means. He says, LOL, just trigger happy. I hear you, bud. MedTech says, it's BS. My brother, school teacher, is on half wages because of online teaching. I sent him the other half of his wages because his situation grieves me. Yeah, so I'm looking at a similar situation. I teach at a school, but it's an online school. Okay, so like we're kind of looking at the same issue when it comes to June. So we'll see what happens. The good thing is I got you guys if worst comes to worst, and I'm tremendously grateful for that. Charles says, LOL, I'm getting the Tiger updates at the same time you are. They just sent another one. Let me see if I can find this one. It just keeps going back to keeps going back to the regular thing. It says outages for the Tiger. So you know, I don't really know what's. Yeah, I can't get the update. So Charles, you have to give them to us, bud. MedTech says I took it as a compliment. Hang on, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I took it as a compliment, Mr. McGee. A gut punch to an airline that lacks integrity. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. People that lack integrity and organizations that lack integrity. There's nothing wrong with telling people about it to warn them of that person or that company. Just don't do anything or say anything that could get you in trouble. Pepe says best time of year to visit Pattaya 1 month. I would say probably December-ish. That would be my guess. Robert's laughing at wow. Fantastic. What's up, man? I've been seeing some of your live streams rolling around Pattaya down there, bud. Looking good. I mean, Pattaya is not looking good, but your frequency of live streams is looking good. I appreciate that, man. So thank you for showing us at 2 a.m. what the where to go get some food and some other things. It's good to see you in here. It really is. For those of you that don't know, Tastic was my first ever guest on a live stream, and I appreciate him as a fellow expat. MetTech says, I can take a beating. Pepe says, the U.S. has extra. They should send them to Thailand. We talked. I can't disagree with you there. We actually talked about that in a live stream, and if they got surplus, send them. That's what I say. There's my man back again with more contributions. I can't believe it. I don't know how you do it, but Lee, absolutely love you, brother, and these contributions go a long way, man. Long way. $25 from Mr. Lee. And oh crap, I forgot to cover up the last name. Lee, I'm so sorry about that. I think you used to have your last name up anyway. But I forgot to cover up your last name. So sorry. So sorry. Please forgive me. Did not mean to do that. Oh, you just put out a challenge, Jim? I'm sorry. I'm way behind. Let me see what kind of challenge Jim just put out. Jim said challenge time. Roger McGee says, I'll match Jim's challenge. Come on, people, sign up to join the family and contribute any amount you can. Doesn't have to be large. Hey, I like your idea there, Roger. Love it. As a matter of fact, Lee says, last name, no problem. Thank you, Lee. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. What was the challenge? I see the challenge time, but there it is. Okay, so 11:30 to 11:45 my time. Get 3 new members and $100. I will throw in 25 more. Wow! 3 new members and $100. So 3 of you, like Robert Mack, for example, or Charles White, need to sign up to become channel members. That would be great. You guys would benefit, no doubt, and I would appreciate it very much. At least you would get to see all the content back there. That would be great. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button yet, please do so. Continuing on with the Thailand tourism industry being in trouble, Moisturize and Unbothered says, hey, Jeremy and everyone, well, the time has come. Leaving for Jakarta in a couple of days. No, Indonesia isn't open for tourists. I have a specific visa. Sending positive thoughts to Thailand. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. And we certainly are trying to radiate positivity in Thailand. We want to keep people's hopes up, but also I want people to be aware of what's going on. Tastic says the holiday off to the obligatory temple visit tonight. LOL. I hear you, man. I understand. Jim says, wow, 53 watching here. We can't help myself. I know we've had quite a live stream here, and it's good. John S says, bottom line, it comes down to getting the jab to Thailand. That is 100% correct, John. 100%. That is what it all comes down to. That will bring in the tourism. That will allow Thailand to reopen its borders without the queue. And once you do that without the queue, people can come and go with just their paperwork on the fact that they've been inoculated. You will see a rise in tourism, and you may see this thing recover way before 2026. People may come pushing back in here so hard, so fast, because Thailand is paradise. Don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Thailand is paradise. It really is, and it's a good place to be. Lee says hi. So hi, Lee. I didn't see that before the channel. I'm behind in the comments. Good morning, Mr. Robert Mack. Good to see you. You need to be a channel member. Wow, 51 up, 3 down. That's good. Robert's saying hello to Robert. Everybody's saying hello to Tytastic. He is a popular figure. That's a pretty good dude, and I'm glad to have him around. Hey, we just have $25 more going towards your challenge there, Mr. Jim. And this is coming in. So we got what 8 minutes left in your challenge. 8 minutes left. I don't know who this is, but the business, I'll promote your business right here. That business sent $25. So we got 25 and 25 and 10. Well, the 10 wasn't in your time frame, Jim, but 25 and 25, we got 50. We're halfway there. We need 50 more to meet Jim's challenge, and we need 3 channel members. Who wants to be a channel member? It's only $2.99 to be a channel member. Thank you very much, whoever that was that sent that PayPal. Very, very, very much appreciated. Felto says Ty's missing a deadline / target isn't news anymore. That's true. Tiger needs a new section for those stories. Maybe call it Ty, but I like that. And good challenge, Jim. That's a good challenge to throw out, bud. Robert is going to Lake Mead tomorrow. I believe that is in Nevada, correct? Somewhere in the Vegas area. Good for you guys for traveling and keeping moving around. And if you hadn't hit the thumbs up button yet, please do. Robert Ann says, Robert Mack in Asia, that will be a good one. I agree. I'd love to go to Lake Mead. At some point in time when I do return home and see my family, I plan on doing a little touring around the U.S. too, and I'll bring you guys content for that. If internet works, I hear you. Roger McGee says, I'll match Jim's challenge. Come on, people, sign up to join the family and contribute any amount you can. Doesn't have to be large. Agreed, Roger. Thank you very much, brother. Lee told me last name, no problem. Eric in Virginia, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for joining the chat. Lee says, still many advisories against international travel globally. That's 100% correct. And I'm kind of looking at that phase where do we really want to get, the longer it takes Thailand to reopen, the longer it's going to take it to recover. Got to get these small businesses back open, the bars and the restaurants and the nightlife. And the entertainment sector has got to be reopened. It's got to be. Otherwise, tourists are going to be here and they could possibly leave negative reviews and stuff. We don't want that to happen. For sure. Hey, Mr. Charles White has become a member. Finally. Yes. Good job. Good job. All you do is hit the join button below, guys, below the video. Hit the join button. It'll tell you what perks you'll get, and then you can sign up. We got 1 member. So we need 2. Jim's challenge is 2 2 more members and $50 more, and that would be an awesome day. Jim says, "Good job, Roger." And yes, Lee, you're right. Many advisories against international travel globally. So you just have to be careful where you travel to, and understand there before you travel anywhere, guys. I know most of you are not going to be coming to Thailand right now. So before you go anywhere, be sure you know exactly what the requirements are for your travel to other countries. It is extremely important that you understand that, know what kind of visa you're going to get, just as if you were coming to Thailand. Do the same research on wherever you decide to go. 3 new members. Yep, we're working on that, Jim. I'm behind on comments. M. Mosquito. I remember reading in the past, tourism was only a small chunk of their GDP. I knew it was BS. Yeah, it's quite a bit more. As I said, 20% of the total country, or 21%, whatever that said. And then cities like Pattaya, for example, 80% of their GDP is based on tourism. Jim's keeping track there, but we got 1 member, still $50 to go. Tim says, Jim Pell is the only person I know that cheerleads people, so he has to pay money. That's just not right. That's because he's a hell of a man. And that's why as soon as this live stream's over, you need to go to his website, helpingothersrightnow.com, and see what Jim is doing. He's doing a fantastic job. John S. says, America has so much jabs available that anyone who wants one can get one. Time to send the extra to other countries. I'm all for it, John. All for it, man. Me as an American, it's baffling to me why I can't go to the U.S. Embassy and say, hey, I would like a jab. And I'm sure there are many Americans over here that are the same way. Why can't they just send a batch in for us from America? I mean, that's our embassy. That's our country. We're citizens of that country. Why can't they do that? I don't know the answer to the question, but that's what it is. Jim says there's enough people in here that's watching right now to become a member. We only need 3 members. It's $2.99 per month. That's right. And you can cancel it any time, by the way. Tim, but I don't know why you would want to. Tim says state is just about begging folks to get the jab. Yeah. And over here, you've got provinces that are requiring you to get it. Jim says, at Tim, that's how much I love this channel, buddy, and I do the same thing for my website, challenge time. I love it. Eric says, if you come to Virginia, let me know. I definitely will, Eric. Definitely will. I want to go flying with you, bud, for sure. Okay, we have 2 minutes left to go in Jim's challenge. We need 2 members and $50. 2 members and $50 to meet Jim's challenge. Tim says, Jim, I know, man, and it's a great thing. I'm just giving you the business, my friend. I hear you, bud. There's Jim's website. You guys can check it out, Helping Others Right Now. Filtho says, welcome, Charles White. You will need to report to Mama's on Beaches to learn the secret handshake. That's funny. Ross says, my hope ties are less anti-jabsters the way some other countries have them, with millions of people all over the world already jabbed with no lasting effects other than being healthy. I hope the same thing, Ross. I'm with you. Jim says, Jeremy, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to keep up with what there is to go. I just had an emergency come up. I've got to run. Everyone meet my challenge. You know I'll pay. Yes, he will. He certainly will. Okay, Jim, take care of your emergency, buddy. We love you and we thank you. And matter of fact, the money just got sent in to meet your challenge. So we just need 2 more members, and we have 1 minute to get those 2 more members. That same business, whoever you are, says anonymous, please. Oh, okay. Don't want the business up there. No problem. So we'll leave that alone. My apologies. I was just trying to get your business out there, bud. But $51 right there. And he said, anonymous, please. So your request is absolutely, your anonymity is my priority. So I will definitely, if I see any more contributions from you, I would definitely cover your name up. So thank you tremendously for that contribution. That is, that meets Jim's $100. And we had so many members join up tonight. He might look over that and just pay up anyway. I hope. I don't know. We'll see what it boils down to. But whoever you are, anonymous company, thank you tremendously for the contribution. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate it. Genuinely, really appreciate it. You guys helping out a lot, keeping this thing going, and I couldn't do it without you. And I hope you guys are finding lots of value here. Let's see. Jim says, I'll try to make it back. Lyle says, go take care of business, Jim. I agree. John S. says, where did you go to become a member? Just go down under the video. There's a box that says join. Click that box. It'll run you through the process, John. Lee says, I will match an additional 50 for 2 more members. Wow. So Lee says if we get 2 more members, then he will put in $50 more. That is amazing. That is amazing. We need 2 more members. You can do it, guys. Go down and sign up. It's only $2.99. I love the fact that you guys are doing this by yourself. This is amazing. Titastic said, big ups to Jim. He puts the horn in help. Yes, he does. Absolutely. Jim does a fantastic job. This channel appreciates him and is always in his debt in terms of gratitude. Ty, he's special. He really is. Joseph says, good morning. Good to see you, Joseph, all the way from the Philippines. Good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping by. Or to become a channel member, Robert has just put the link up. Robert N has put the link to become a channel member. So if you want to become a channel member, just click that link. That's all you have to do. That link is also in the description of this video. So if we get 2 more members, Lee will match it with, Lee will put in $50 more for 2 more members. Let's get 2 more members. Let's get 2 more. John S., you can do it. John, if you want to become a member and you hadn't already, just click the link that Robert N posted right there, and it'll take you right to it, bud. Let's see. And you can cancel anytime, of course. It's just $2.99. Let's see. That was just an update from the Tiger. Tim says, John S., go to the DoMoreLife YouTube page and click on the community tab. You can do that. Robert says, John S., that is the link. That's true. Charles says, you can't join within YouTube from iPad. Uh-oh. I hopped on my computer to join. Yep, you probably need a computer. Hello, Barbara. Thank you for joining us. Tim says, if, and it's a big if, we did not find this channel helpful or entertaining and anything like that, we would not be here. And since I have 51 people watching on a Tuesday, yeah, that's true. Very true, Tim. I know you guys enjoy it. And I truly do appreciate it. The Patium mail had, or was it, oh, this was an interesting something I wanted to read to you guys. This is how serious they are about making sure that Thailand stays safe. Let me get this article to pull up. This is from Bangkok Jack. I trust his news. He's a little bit, biased, but or anti-bias, I should say, but I trust his news. The headline reads, Thailand seals off villages with barbed wire for 1 case. Thailand placed, this is from BangkokJack.com. Thailand placed barbed wire and checkpoints in several southern villages along the Malaysian border on Monday after a single case of one of the variants. In the country's far southern Narathiwat, I hope I said that right, province, security forces sought to isolate about a dozen villages where the variant, first discovered in another place, was detected last week. The person infected is believed to have crossed the border from Malaysia, which is also experiencing a surge. The LD came as Prime Minister sought to assure people that his government could manage a recent surge, as it is set to start a national jab campaign next month. He continues on to encourage people, please understand we can manage this, he said, as he has received both jabs. Also on Monday, the agency managing Thailand's response to this reported, this was on Monday, so those numbers are kind of irrelevant now. Most of the cases in Bangkok have been in prisons and housing barracks for construction workers, and that's true. So a few variants have been found, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew that. But that's how serious they are about making sure that everything stays under control. Let's see here. This legal said to me that I should check this channel out. I'm a member of a group in Tampa, Florida called Helping Others Right Now. They send a link to come and check out. What do you do here? We teach people how to do more life. That's what we do, Barbara. So I'm glad that Jim wasn't lying. He definitely shared the link. Thank you for tuning in and coming on. We keep people up to date with travel information, and we help people travel. I travel. I currently live in Thailand, and we put out travel videos. We put out educational content for travelers. We put out all the latest breaking news here in Thailand and around the international travel community. So if that's something that interests you, welcome and glad you're here. Tim says, Jeremy, I do not even like to hear you say stuff like that, bro. Okay, well, I won't say it anymore. Scott says, DoMoreLife, will you get the needle if it's available to you? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm waiting on it. I tried to register for it, but I never got a response. John S. says, I'm on my iPad. I'll have to sign up for my computer. Yep, you will. Tim says, I was just going to ask, sold it off for a case of what? Sold it off for a case of what? I'm not sure what you mean, Tim. You'll have to repeat that. Scott said, John, sign up for what? To be a channel member, Scott. To be a channel member. It's a $2.99 membership, and you get all the additional content that I don't put on the main channel. Barbara asked a good question. She said, what do you do here? So I hope I explained that very well. Tim says, I don't know what it's like on the ground in Thailand, but it sounds like some paranoia is taking over a little there. Yes, I would say that's a legitimate statement. Some of the quote unquote paranoia is founded in real risk, but at the same time, I have to be really careful what I say about that, Tim, because I live here. So I'm just going to leave that one alone. Scott saying hello. And Scott, thank you for being in the chat. I appreciate it. Tim says, Barbara, so you belong to Jim Pell's website. Welcome. Jim's a great guy. Yes, Jim is a great guy. Wonderful guy, as a matter of fact. Lee says, need 2 more members. Let's go. Lee has said that he will contribute $50 more to the channel if we get 2 more members. So if you sign up for memberships, Lee will send 50 more bucks, and contributions like that are truly appreciated, especially with the unknown coming up in June. For sure. Thank you, Lee, for reiterating that. Charles said he meant sealed it off village case of sea. Oh, you called it, Tim? Okay, good. Barbara says he helps a lot of families here in Tampa. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I am very, very fortunate to know Jim and to have him as a part of the DoMoreLife family here. I plan to do a video on his website and his business, what he does, because I know he's helping people constantly, and I'm very, very, very glad about that. Ty Tastic says many governments and businesses in Thailand and overseas have started incentives to entice people to get the V, and I agree. They have started incentives. Some are money incentives. I know they have here at certain places in Thailand. They've been giving out money. Tim says the world needs a lot more Jim Pills in it. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I agree. I agree, Tim. Jim's a great guy, and he goes out of his way to help everybody. And the good thing about that is good karma is always good karma. Good karma is always going to bring about good results. And I am, that makes me feel good for Jim, and I really love when Jim does this thing. Because you can see the passion that he does it with, and I love that. I do. I really do. Tastic says a town in Chiang Mai is giving away a live cow each week to residents who have registered for a V. Says the tiger. Wow, that's pretty cool. Tim says, what comes around goes around, my brother. That's 100% correct. That's why I try to keep my integrity intact and remain 100% transparent on this channel always. One second, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see. Filtho says, just woke up from third blackouts. Are going to call it a night. Peace out. Okay, Filthos. I'll hear from you soon, bud. I hope so. Take care of yourself, man. Dallas Rogers says, I was sent here by helping others right now from Tampa, Florida. Well, hello, Dallas. Jim has been giving out, Jim shared this on the social media, I understand. And I'm glad you guys are here. I'm really glad you guys are here. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. We do more life on this channel. We teach people how to do more life, and we work our way through life. We help people travel. I live in Thailand, and we talk about international travel. We talk about the world as it is right now. So thank you for coming by, and hope you enjoy some of the content on the channel if you get a chance to view it. Roger says, I've been away. Did you get 3 new members? I only got 1, Roger. I only got 1 so far. With that being said, I only have 1. Lee has said that he will contribute $50 if we get 2 more. So I'm just waiting on 2 more people to sign up. I don't know. Lyle says, Barbara Jones, I live in Polk County and met Jim through this channel. I plan on becoming a bigger part of helping others when I can. Good for you, Lyle. Good for you. Dallas says he talks about you and our group. That's awesome, Dallas. That's awesome. Jim is a great guy, and he does a lot for this channel. He does a lot for people in general, and I really appreciate him. John S. says, you're keeping it real, JC. I always do, brother. I don't know any other way to do it, because to do it any other way would be manipulative and would jeopardize my integrity, and my integrity is all I have. So I can't do it wrong. Tim says, hey, Jeremy, do you have any men's tank tops available? Yes, there are tank tops available for men. Absolutely. In the store down there. And with that being said, guys, I don't really, let's see. Let me see if I've got anything new here the Tiger released a couple updates, but for some reason I can't get them to pull up on my phone. So the original third wave that they claimed that started in Bangkok, the managers of the Bangkok clubs blamed for this third wave. They deny any wrongdoing. I think some of them are in jail. And that is what it is. Interesting headlines here, but I don't want to read them because I'm not sure of them, and also don't want to get into that. Roger says, "Come on, guys, 2 more members." Yes, 2 more members. We need 2 more members. 2 more members. Lyle says, "So if I delete my membership and rejoin, does that count?" I don't think that'll count, Lyle. Barbara says, "So you are saying you need a member to join? What is that for?" People that join the DoMoreLife channel as a member, they just receive additional content. And like we have monthly live streams for members only. I do certain content that I can't put on regular monetized YouTube videos that I put in the channel member section, so they get some perks there in terms of content, and it's $2.99 a month to do that. Roger McGee, come on, guys, 2 more members. I know, I wish. Steve says, "You still talking?" I'm still talking, bud. I'm still talking. I'm worried. I'm worried about Thailand, and therefore I'm still talking. It's good to see you, Montelli. Thank you for stopping by, but yeah, that's him, Scott. Barbara says, "Are you guys doing a video about helping others right now?" Tampa, he told us about someone was doing that for us. Yeah, I'm going to work with Jim and see what his ideas are, how he wants me to present the video, and I'll be putting it out on this channel at some point. I don't know that I don't know exactly when that will happen. I was planning on recording the video this week. Jim's a very busy man, and so am I at the moment. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I do plan to tell people about it at the very least, for sure. It's a great thing. Yeah, Montelli needs to become a member, right? Barbara says we need the boost. I understand. That's why Jim's done nothing but help this channel. I help him as much as I can. He puts his links up here. People have gone over to his channel from here and become part of the group over there, which is fantastic with the help that he does. Scott says, DoMore were your first vids in the Philippines? Yes, my first videos were in the Philippines. If you watch those videos, keep in mind I was traveling internationally was novel to me. I'd only traveled to Peru before that, and so some of those Philippine videos are not are a little different. Roger, thank you so much, Roger. Roger just sent a PayPal, and I'll show you what the message says that he sent with it. It's a good one. Roger McGee says $25 pre-2 signups. Come on, guys. Thank you so much, Roger. I really appreciate that, brother. Really, really, really genuinely appreciate that. Genuinely appreciate it. Yeah. I hope 2 more people do sign up. Barbara, we need 2 members to meet our goal tonight. 2 members, 2 channel members to meet our goal. And if we do that, we get a $50 bonus from one of our already members. So I'm hoping that we get that. Dallas says, how do I become a member? First, you need to be on a computer, and you can, Robert, can you throw up the link just so they can go to the link in the chat, or somebody throw up the link, the channel member link? You can go to the join button under the video or the link that's about to come up. There's also a link in the description of this video that has become a channel member here, and you can see the link. I'm sure Robert will post that in just a second. John S. says, your PI videos were great. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I tried my best when I was in the Philippines, that's for sure. I did what I could, let's put it that way. But becoming a member is very simple. You just go to my channel, to the homepage, and there's the link. There's the link. Robert just put up the link right there. So if you want to become a channel member, we need two more channel members. Gets us a nice big contribution, and it gets you access to some behind the scenes content, and helps me do more here in Thailand, more content coming around. So if you want to become a channel member, just click that link and do your thing. We got several channel members tonight, but we need two more. And I see a lot of people are starting to leave, which means the live stream is going to be winding itself down here. I think that we've covered pretty much all the latest news on Thailand and why the process is taking so long. Lyle, I didn't know you'd been watching since the Philippines. But we had been, we discussed why the process was taking so long, what was happening. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. And we went, so now the Tigers just released a statement saying that there are 4 different variants now found in Thailand. I don't know what significant that is going to have. To me, all the jabs that are being sent out, all the news that I've heard about them say that they're good for all of the variants, but we'll see. John S. has promised I will join once I can get to my computer. I believe you, John S., and I appreciate that very, very much, 100%. So it looks like we're going to come up a little bit short on the channel members, and that's unfortunate, but we still had a great live stream tonight. There was a lot of information in here. If you did not get everything, if you came in late or whatever, please watch the replay or go back and watch the live stream from the beginning. Barbara says, if you get one member, I will become one too. Well, all I can do is put that out there. I appreciate that, Barbara, but doesn't look like anybody's in the joining mood right now. So I think we'll probably wind it down here in just a few minutes. I'll give it about maybe 5 more minutes and see what happens. And the channel memberships are important, and I appreciate them very much. But you guys have been great tonight. You really have, and definitely not going to do anything to. Roger said, "Did you get another PayPal from me?" I got the one that you said was. I got this one, Roger. This is. Wait, hang on. Let me make sure I got the right one here. Roger, I got the one that says pre-2 signups. Come on, guys, $25. That's the one I got. Did you send another one? Okay. I got that one. Did you send a different 25 one? I'm not sure, Roger. Actually, I can check on PayPal itself. Hang on a second. I will go over there and have a look. Oh, that's it. Okay. All right, good. That's it. Scott says, Jeremy, do you teach online but at an office? Yes, I do. That's correct, Scott. Hey, we got one member. So one hungry traveler. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that very, very much. So we got one member. Barbara said she would become a member if we got one member. And that would be our 3 members for the challenge. And then Lee would kick in with his contribution. That would be outstanding. Outstanding. Welcome, one hungry traveler, to the DoMoreLife family. Thank you so very much. So very much. So very much. I very much appreciate that. TT says, enjoy the content, by the way. TT says, Jeremy, I am not the only one who is upset about this entire situation. I really want to return back to Southeast Asia. I know, man. A lot of people are. A lot of people want to come back. A lot of people want to come back. We have 58 likes right now. So if you're just popping in and out, please make sure you've hit the thumbs up button. That's awesome to get that many likes on a live stream. I appreciate that. Eric says, I'm a member and the content is great. I encourage anyone who is interested in traveling or visiting Thailand, join this channel because there is great content in the member section. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Michael, let's see. Lyle says, welcome, one hungry traveler. I agree. Scott says, one hungry traveler, do you have a channel? That's a good question. Michael in Oregon says, your turn, Barbara. Yep, it's Barbara's turn. If she's still here, it would be Barbara's turn. Let's see here. Hey, Barbara kept her promise. She joined up as a channel member. That is fantastic. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so, so, so much. And Lee, you have your 3 members. 3 members signed up. So we will wait for Lee to come through with his, and we will have another awesome, completely unexpected. That's what I love about this channel. I never expected. I expected just to do a video. Maybe we would get a super chat here or there or something today. I never expected all this, and I love that. I absolutely love it that you guys do this kind of stuff. It's amazing. 100 Travel says, Scott, yes, I do. And there is a YouTube channel listed. Lyle says, welcome, Barbara. Barbara says, that's from the Helping Others Right Now family member. Cool, man. Or cool, Barbara. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very, 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 very much. I hope Lee's still in here, so he sees that the challenge got met. TT says, I learned about you in the don't do videos. Just don't do it. Well, I'm glad you saw those videos, TT, because I plan to continue making that series. Lee is still here because he just completed exactly what he said he was going to do, as he always does. Lee goes above and beyond, like many other people here. And I am very grateful to him. He said last name was no problem. So he kept his promise, guys, with $50. He kept his promise. Can you believe that? That is just an awesome, awesome night and day for this channel. Absolutely amazing. Robert put the link up for 100 Travelers channel. Good for you, man. Lee, thank you so much for keeping your word. Thank you to Barbara and 100 Traveler for joining up as a member. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Greatly. And I know that's from the Helping Others Right Now community. And that's Jim's business for you guys. helpingothersrightnow.com. Be sure you check out that website. I encourage it a lot. Lyle says, thank you, Lee. I see the members of this channel thank people for doing nice things for the channel. And what do you say to that other than just thank you and I'm blessed, right? Scott says, Hungry, your last vid was 2 years ago. I don't know. It might have been. I'm not sure, Scott. JX says, I noticed visas in Thailand are getting more expensive. Are they trying to get rid of low-income foreigners or natural inflation? Thailand does have its eye on more, from what I've seen in more upper level income people coming in, that may be a valid point, Jay. I'm not sure about the national inflation, but I definitely think that the trying to get the people with more money to come in because they're going to spend more. Lee's got the big thumbs up and the hands. Lee, thank you so much for coming through, brother. I really appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you for all of that. Thank you very, very much. And Jay, that's a perfectly good question. I think the visa is getting more expensive or just trying to attract people with more money, in my opinion. Mr. Dan says, you think you're going back to the States yet, Jeremy, to earn and save up some cash before returning to Thailand? Yep, we've talked about that several times, Mr. Dan. It's an option on the table. I don't know if it will happen, but we've definitely talked about it. It's still up in the air, bud. TT says, I'm going back to work as you. I am a tractor trailer operator. That's short for truck driver. Love you, brother. Love you too, man. And thank you very much, TT, for being a part and being a contributor. I appreciate it very much. Stuck in Florida. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. It says, good morning, JC. Just noticed you were on. That's all right. You are up late, my friend. But it's always good when you come around. I appreciate it very much. Barbara Jones says, please come over to our channel and see what Jim does for people and join us in helping people. I hope it's okay for me to say that on here. Absolutely. Absolutely. We love Jim. And Jim does a lot for people. Make sure you've hit the thumbs up button on this channel, by the way, everybody. But yes, Jim does a lot for other people. And we like to promote helpingothersrightnow.com as much as possible. Or I like to, because he does a lot for people. And a lot for this channel. We're very excited to see you, Stuck, by the way. A lot of information came out in the first part of the video if you want to go back and watch the replay sometime. TT says, Jay, they think that they are going to succeed in getting more people from the big C. Hey, I can't argue with that statement. Lyle says, Barbara, yes, it is. Jim is a hero here. Yes, he is. He is. He does a tremendous amount for the channel, and so do a lot of other people. These guys, Lee and Roger, that constantly contribute. Lee's kicked out a bunch of money over the past 4 or 5 days, and I appreciate that tremendously. So what I would like to do is at this point is I'm out of news to share with you for today for Thailand. And let's see, John S. says, but if you leave Thailand, you never know you can get back there. You're right. And that's when, my plan is to stay in Thailand and to create a life here and a business here. They do have some visas coming up, some smart visas, and I believe the digital nomad visa will be a reality at some point. I believe that, and I'm hoping to stay here to be able to take advantage of that. So I want to say a special thank you to the anonymous donor that wanted to remain anonymous. I appreciate that so much. Their contributions, whoever they are. I also saw we had a $10 from Richard Cypress. Richard, thank you so much. Then we started with the Rogers and Lee. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Then the anonymous, more Roger and more Lee. So with the PayPals, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you guys all that left the super chats. I greatly appreciate those as well. Thank you all for contributing. I want to thank my moderators for doing a fantastic job. There are we don't really have a troll problem in this live stream because it's more family oriented and everybody gets along and everybody helps everybody, whether it be through information or contributions. Lee says, good night, Barbara, and welcome to the channel. Absolutely, Lee. Lee, thank you again. Roger, thank you again for everything. And the anonymous donor tonight, thank you for everything. Mr. Cyphers, thank you. Once again, let me reemphasize, I have my moderators on here for a reason, because I love and trust those guys, and I really appreciate them. If you made a comment tonight or today, if you made a comment on the live stream for any reason, I want to say thank you for participating in the live stream. I love the thoughts. And Mr. Charles White, I'd like to welcome you as a new member. All the people that signed up as new members, welcome. Also welcome you guys. Go check out the community tab and have fun with the content that's in there. If you made a comment in the conversation tonight, ask a question, told somebody something, helped somebody out, really want to say thank you, and I appreciate you very, very, very much. So with that being said, I want to say I love you guys, and you guys know that I mean it. Whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one. Everybody take care.